As I said earlier, we are now a mere 3 sleeps away from the college football season kicking off. And today is our Pac-12 prediction day. And while the conference is on its way out, one of the greatest ironies in college football right now is that they could end up with the second best conference in the whole college football universe at the end of this year. They could legitimately have 5 teams that could make a run, and a couple of teams that are on the rise could end up being their demise when it comes to getting a team in the college football playoff, finally, because cannibalism is alive and well, and we could see the Pac-12 eat itself out of a spot. Now, it's no secret, I've been very high on Utah the past couple of years. You can look at the tape. And going into this year, up until I really sat down in the lab to figure this out, they were my lead dog. But to be quite honest, their quarterback injury situation has me more nervous than seeing Lizzo in the produce aisle. Now, Cam Rising doesn't seem ready to go. And even if he is, how much is that lingering ACL injury going to affect his dual threat ability? It's one of the things that makes him great. And to make matters worse, their backup quarterback endured a severe injury during a scrimmage that set him back. And even though their third-string quarterback Bryson Barnes showed out in limited action, their first games off the bat are at home against Florida, which I think they still should win, and then in Waco against Baylor and one-punch man Dave Aranda, paired with road games at Oregon State, USC, and Washington. It's going to be pretty tough sledding. Now, it's going to be tough for them to three-peat as Pac-12 champions with all that's going on in that schedule. Plus, I think there are other programs out there this year that can match Utah's toughness and physicality, which has been the main catalyst in separating them from, well, the rest of the pack. That's why I'm taking the Gordon Bombay approach this year. And I'm rolling with the Ducks. It's knuckle puck time. They returned Bo Nix and second-year head man Dan Lanning. He understands the importance of physicality. Hell, he just came over from Georgia. Now, the Ducks do have to go on the road to play Washington and the Utah team I just mentioned. But that's where Bo Nix in year 13 is going to shine the most. So give me Oregon to win the regular season and the conference championship game against USC in 2023.
Wow.
Quack.
Oregon.
Quack.
No,
Quack.
Get in
Quack.
this year,
Quack.
boys.
Quack. And I do want to say,
Quack.
before we go any further, that was a good quack.
Thank
That was a good coalition
I thought so.
quack. That, shout out to our boy Matty Ice. He's getting married. We're not going to be able to go to the wedding. Told him I'd RSVP. Forgot the last couple days. Hope you and the fiance have a fantastic wedding.
Yeah.
I hope it's great.
Congratulations,
I
man.
hope it's better than the season I think Utah's about to have compared to.
Hold on. Pull up his graphic. I want to see how
Let's
bad
get
it
graphic in here.
Let's get really graphic. Really
Ew,
quick.
gross.
8-4?
What are you thinking?
8-4 for
Loving you
Utah.
guys. screaming at me at
8-4?
The
6:30.
back-to-back champs right there. 8-4.
Disrespect.
Here's what I got before you guys get your panties all in a wad. Everybody drink a glass and shut the hell up for a second.
You got some?
Yeah, hold on. It's right here. I got Oregon going 10-2. All right, 8-1 in the conference. Let me get out. I do this game by game, and there shouldn't be any mathematical errors. I do want to make a correction. I had Baylor at 4-5 yesterday in the graphic. That was wrong. I fed Justine the wrong info. I have them 5-4, and then Georgia Tech in the ACC 3-5, not 4-4. Just want to get that in the record, official record. Try. Could you write that down? Thank you. Here's what I got. Got Oregon going 8-1. Got them losing to Texas Tech week 2. That's right. Joey McGuire and the boys.
You've been saying that.
Guns up. I've been saying it.
You've been saying that.
I've been screaming it.
Okay.
All right, then I got them losing to Utah on the road. Think Cam Rising maybe by then, the Dark Knights kind of back to form. I think they're going to drop that one. But outside of that, I got them going 10-2. I got USC going 10-2 as well. Their 2 losses. I got on the road at Notre Dame. Okay, shout out Marcus Freeman. Then I got them losing at Oregon on the road. Then I got Washington going 10-2. A nice year. I know you guys are a little bit higher on them than me. I got them losing to Oregon at home and then at USC. Those are my 3 10-win teams. I haven't released my playoff teams other than Texas, as I mentioned yesterday. Does this keep the Pac-12 out of the playoff? I don't know. Probably, maybe. We'll see. Then I got Utah going 8-4, boys, and it's not a stretch. I got them losing to Baylor, week 2 on the road. Quarterback problems. Got them losing to USC on the road. Got them losing to Oregon at home, and then at Washington, whose starting running back is out now for the year. I hate to see that, the Davis kid. They're pretty deep at running back, but that one's going to hurt. He had a big year last year. Was looking forward to a big year this year. He's going to bounce back. That's why I got him 8-4, 6-3 in the conference. Oregon State 9-3, 6-3. UCLA 8-4, 5-4 in the conference. Wazoo 6-6, 4-5. Arizona, Jed Fish going bowling. It's fishing season, baby. 6-6, 4-5. Arizona State, who just named true freshman Jalen Rashada, quarterback, big plays. Oppenheimer explosive, going to be some good and bad with a young quarterback. 5-7, 3-6, and then it gets ugly, guys. Cal 3-9, 2-7. The band is on the field, and they're better than your football team. Colorado 2-10, 1-8. Sorry, Dion, love your skill position players. You're just not good enough up front. And then Stanford 2-10, 0-9, but they don't care. They just want to read good and be good at rowing.
God, I was watching a Christian McCaffrey highlight tape at Stanford the other day. Disgusting.
Really good.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Him and Andrew
Nice.
Luck, disgusting.
He's nice. So that's what I got, boys.
Why don't you go next? I want to see what I'm up against. Are you
Real
going Oregon
quick
too?
question. Oregon State 9-3.
Yes.
DJU got named the starter.
Yes.
We still believe in that.
Well, I believe in their offensive line more than anything. And listen, I think DJU, sometimes the Febreze brothers fresh start thing can help out. His mechanics need a lot of fixing, but let's look at the schedule. All right. Who do you think? I got them losing to Utah at home, as I said. I got them losing to Washington at home and at Oregon. Here's the rest of their schedule. San Jose State, UC Davis, San Diego State at home. It's got a lot of questions on offense. At Washington State, it's a winnable game. At Cal, UCLA at home. At Arizona, at Colorado, Stanford at home. I don't think it's crazy to see.
I have the exact same thing as you.
Yeah.
I have 9-3, 6-3 in conference with all. You have losses. You have losses against Utah, Washington,
and then
Oregon.
last two games.
I have the exact same thing, and I filled this
'Cause you're
out
a smart
before the
man.
news broke about DJU Uiagalelei, and I didn't change it after.
Okay.
I'm big on Oregon State.
Down the
The
same
only
route.
thing I did relook at it after this came out last night, and I
You did a relook?
I started to look closer at UCLA and maybe Arizona on the road.
Yeah.
Could be a little more interesting.
What else is hot is your style. And it's time to take it to the next level.
Oh, God, pump it up.
I wanna
Okay.
take it to the next level.
Because dressing for success, you got to look good to play good. Let's be honest. All right, it's 2023. You walking out the door, you're looking good, you're feeling fresh, you're ready to take on success, all right, and become successful. So whether you're attending an important meeting or a network event, you just want to impress your colleagues and friends, or maybe that one girl you've been trying to talk into going on a date. Our friends at Indochino
They do it.
have everything you need. Business casual, dress shirts, camp shirts, blazers, tailgate shirts, great time shirts, going out shirts, staying in shirts. Indochino offers a wide variety of options. It's basically Georgia Tech under Paul Johnson right now, or back then, for every occasion. They have high-end suits at affordable prices. Now you can look great at every single event. David, you went the Indochino route. You loved it. Tell me about the ordering process. I heard it was unbelievably efficient, the blueprint, Nick Saban.
It was. I got a gray suit and just went on there, filled out exactly what I wanted, the number of buttons. You know, they do the measuring on there on the app. So I got all my measurements, sent me my suit, and now I wear it to places and look good.
So add fresh layers to your fall style with Indochino. Go to Indochino.com. That's Indochino.com and use our code BOOSTER to get 10% off any purchase of $399 or more, which when you look at having to buy nice clothes, that's not even a drop in the bucket, and you get that great deal. That's Indochino.com, promo code BOOSTER.
All right, pull mine up.
There it is.
Beautiful. I'm going with it. USC, 11-1. Lincoln Riley, Alex Grinch and the boys. Transfer portal. They're deep. Number 4 ranked transfer portal right now. Class defensive-wise, they're going to be beefy. A little beefy up front. We had Brandon Marcello on the other week to talk about it. So I'm going with Caleb Williams, Mario Williams. I think they're going to get back on the mountaintop.
So you have them winning the Pac-12 championship game as well, right?
Correct.
And beating Washington?
Correct. I have them losing at Oregon.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I have them losing at Oregon. I have Washington 11-1, 8-1 in conference. I have them losing against USC. All right, and I have Oregon losing to Utah and Washington.
Okay. So you have 4 double-digit win teams.
Correct.
Pac-12.
I have Utah losing at USC and
do
Washington.
Wow.
And Washington.
Well, I mean, look, they could be the second best conference.
I have Oregon State going 8-4. The DJU news broke. I think Oregon State's probably one of the most talented teams in the country up front on the offensive side of the ball. Their skill position step back, and they got a really good running back. We'll see what DJ Ill does this year, what he can mess up. I'm going 8-4. Washington State 8-4.
8-4.
I think they're gonna have a good team. I like their
Big
quarterback
year.
coming back. He's solid. I think they're having a good year. UCLA down this year, 6-6. You lost a lot. I know you have some talent at quarterback. Chip Kelly, great coach. I just don't know how their defense will be this year. Colorado, Might be my biggest story.
5-7 on
5-7.
Colorado.
You lost me here.
5-7.
Believe,
Yeah, 5-7. I think
you
you
have
have
to
a lot
beat?
better year than
believe in
people
that
expected.
Louis luggage.
Dion, primetime, and the boys going to show up a little bit.
Who do they beat?
Let me get to it. They beat Arizona. They beat UCLA on the road.
What?
Yep, they beat UCLA on the road. That's probably the craziest one I have on there. Colorado State, Arizona State, Stanford, Arizona, and UCLA.
They are the
Wow.
biggest question mark. It's like you don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather hit the gas pedal and scream America. I'm that type of guy.
I've got them beating Colorado State and Stanford.
Okay.
That's what I have.
And that's understandable. I mean, I can see that way more than my way, but I mean, I went out on a limb here. I think they're going to show up. I like their skill position. I think they're going to be okay up front. Obviously, don't have a lot of depth, but I think they're going to win a lot of close games. They gave me Arizona 5-7, 3-6 in conference. Cal 4-8, 2-7 in conference. Stanford 3-9, 1-8 in conference, and Arizona State 3-9.
You got Dilly and them going 0-9.
Arizona
0-9
winning
in
a conference game?
0-9.
You are outrageous.
Wow. So you got them losing. So that means you got Arizona State losing to Cal.
Yep.
You've got Arizona State losing to Colorado.
Keep it going.
You've got Arizona State losing to Wazoo at home.
Yes, sir.
You got Arizona State losing to Arizona at home.
Correct.
Wow, man, Dillingham. That wouldn't really endear him in the fan base. I will say this: I got Oregon beating USC in the conference championship game. Who do you got beating? Who you got? You have Oh, sorry, you haven't.
No. I have
You
USC
have-
beating Washington.
You have USC. My coach of the year, Dan Lanning. My player of the year, Caleb Williams.
Coach of the year, Lincoln Riley. Player of the year, Caleb Williams.
Love it. Bring mine up.
What
All
you
right,
got?
David.
3 different predictions.
Oh, yeah,
3
of
different
course you
winners.
did.
I'm going Washington. Look, I'm hearing everything that you're saying about Utah, and I wanted to punch that button for the three-peat this year, but I don't know what to expect right now with the Cam Rising injury toward that ACL in the Rose Bowl. It sounds like he's not going to play against Florida. You know, if he doesn't play against Baylor, if you think you're going to go on the road in Waco and just win without either one of your first 2-string quarterbacks, that's going to be tough sledding. But I still believe in the Utah team, top to bottom, the salty defense. I think Cam Rising is going to come back and be effective. I just don't know when that is. And when you combine the fact that you said 3 of those road games, that's the thing to me. When you look at not only the non-conference, but Oregon State road, SC road, Washington road, you're going to drop something in there.
Oh, Utah may have the hardest away schedule.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I still believe in them to make the conference championship, but not to three-peat. I'm taking Washington this year.
Okay.
I'm taking Washington. Kalen DeBoer and the guys, number 7 scoring offense in the country in 2022. Michael Penix Jr. comes back, threw for 4,600 yards last year, 31 touchdowns. They returned multiple starters on the offensive line and 2 top 10 receivers in the country. With Rome Odunze and Jalen McMillan, both had 1,100 yards receiving last year. I think they could end up having the best offense in the country when all is said and done. So then we look at the defense. Are they going to be as bad as they were on defense last year? A lot of question marks. I did a deep dive on this yesterday. I think they're going to be a lot better up there. Braylon Trice is going to be a top 10 player in the country at edge. He's paired with another great edge rusher. I think the front 7 is going to be solid for
Secondary
Washington.
is the question, right?
The secondary is, but both safeties are going to be seniors. And then they have some depth behind them that are younger guys. Let's see if one of them can come in and really, make plays. But I like the seniors playing safety. And, the question for me on the defensive side is, will they have the depth to run week in and week out with some of these high-flying offenses? But I really like Washington. I think Kalen DeBoer has come in and done an awesome
Who do you have
job.
losing to?
I have Washington losing to SC on the road.
Okay.
So with this, I don't want you to. I know we're giving our college football playoff teams on Friday, but with this scenario, with Washington only losing at USC, beating Utah
In the
at
conference
Oregon
championship.
State, at Michigan State, who I don't think is going to be very good, but that's not a bad win on the road, and then beating Oregon at home. I mean,
I'm punching my first ticket.
you're punching your ticket.
No way.
Getting on the Polar Bear Express.
Welcome to Cone's Polar Express.
Washington. And
Playoff.
hey, wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
No, would not be, but I do, the same as Blaine, I have 4 10-win teams in the Pac-12 this year.
I feel like it's surprising.
I still love Oregon,
Hey,
10-2. I love Southern Cal, 10-2.
Look, Utah can, if Cam doesn't play against Florida, all right?
I like you.
I don't believe in Grant Mertz, all right? I will never believe in that. You could put a stick figure out there and probably still win.
A few other things here when we talk about Southern Cal. Keep in mind, they did not get Oregon or Washington last season. You're going to get both those teams
And
this
Notre
year.
Dame.
And they play them back-to-back, and then they play Notre Dame and Utah back-to-back. So keep that in mind, Southern Cal fans, as we're moving
battle
forward
of
here.
attrition.
Lincoln Riley is just a guy who just seems to be able to win 10 games no matter what. So I still have him 10-2.
Yeah.
A couple other things here on Arizona State. You guys were talking about their over/under win totals on the line is 4.5. They're the only team in the Pac-12 that's going to have 8 home games this season. In Kenny Dillingham's first year, they got a lot of transfers in. This is one of those ones. You had them 0-9 in the conference. I don't see that happening, but given the state of the program the last couple years, it is possible. Also, we could be looking at a team that goes bowling. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the over for Arizona State.
Okay.
I'm going 5-7, not quite going to a bowl game, but at least covering that 4.5. And then, I agree with you guys mostly on the other ones. Arizona 6-6.
Yep.
So
Me and you have the
I think
exact
they'll
same
go
for
to a
Arizona.
bowl game.
The exact same. 2,000 subs away. That's it to 100,000. YouTube, if you enjoy the content, it's football season. We want to get there before kickoff Saturday. Make sure you subscribe. Grab a friend to tell one of their friends to make sure they're subscribed. And then y'all can all be friends together with us, your friends.